ZABoxingNation, where boxing lives, breathes, and breaks down. We're diving into one of the most wildest news cycles in boxing today. From Terence Crawford's massive step up in weight to Teofimo Lopez's explosive drama, and even Chris Eubank Sr. hinting at a surprise comeback. Stick around because I'm also previewing all of the upcoming cards and heavyweight fights and rising stars on the prowl. Let's break it all down. First up, Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. It's official and is set for September 13th in Las Vegas. Terence Crawford confirmed he's earning $10 million for this fight with Canelo Alvarez, in which sounds huge until you hear that Canelo is reportedly set to make around $150 million for this fight. This payday gap is massive, but Terence Crawford isn't here just for money. He's chasing boxing history, becoming one of the first fighters to hold undisputed titles in 3 different weight classes in the 4-belt era. That's a record no one else has even attempted, let alone achieved. Let's not forget, Terence Crawford's already undisputed at 140 and recently at 147 after dismantling Errol the Truth Spence, and then at 154 for beating Israel Madrimov. The fight wasn't as aesthetically pleasing as most boxing fans wanted it to be, but nevertheless, he did secure a victory at 154 pounds. But moving up 1 weight class from 154 to 168, I believe that takes a different beast. That's 14 pounds. The question is, can Crawford's speed, athleticism, and skills overcome Canelo's size, experience, and championship level power? Early predictions have been all over the place. Some say Terence Crawford's slickness, ring IQ, and poise will frustrate Canelo Alvarez. And others believe that the jump to super middleweight is just too much and Canelo will be too strong. I want to know what you think. Bud Crawford shocked the world again, or is this one step too far? Drop your thoughts below. Next, let's talk about Teofimo Lopez. Over the weekend, Teofimo dropped a bombshell on social media, calling out Turki Alalshikh, one of the biggest power brokers in boxing today. He claimed that he was fired after a heated back and forth online. This comes at a crazy time because Teofimo Lopez was supposed to fight Devin "The Dream" Haney on August 16th in Saudi Arabia. Now, is this fight in jeopardy? Yes, it's definitely up in the air. Teofimo Lopez says he's still fighting, but his relationship with Turki Alalshikh is so publicly damaged that it's tough to say if this fight will still go ahead and go smoothly with Devin "The Dream" Haney. Devin "The Dream" Haney's team hasn't publicly responded yet, but we know that the Haneys wants that payday, and he would love to beat Teofimo Lopez. I believe that the fans know that stylistically, this is a beautiful matchup. Devin "The Dream" Haney's slick boxing ability and IQ versus Teofimo's explosiveness and ring generalship. Let me ask you, does this outburst hurt Teofimo's career? Or is it just another episode in the wild ride of modern day boxing drama? Let me know in the comments below. Now let's shift to a true legend of British boxing. Chris Eubank Sr., the 58-year-old icon, has said he's willing to return to an exhibition match purely to stop his son, Chris Eubank Jr., from chasing a dangerous rematch with Conor Benn. Especially with the Benn rematch still being controversial due to Conor Benn's doping issues previous to the fight. Chris Eubank Sr. says he wants to remind Junior what's really at stake: health, legacy, and the family's name. That's extremely powerful. And it's crazy to think that Eubank Sr. stepping back into the ring at 58, even if it was just an exhibition. We've seen what happened with Mike Tyson. I do love this story because it shows how boxing is about more than just belts. It's about family and legacy. What do you think? Should Eubank Jr. listen to his father and walk away from the Benn rematch, or should he take that fight and settle the score? Let me know. On to some heavyweight news. Moses Itauma, the 19-year-old phenom from the UK. Itauma is set to return on July 19th, Wembley Stadium. There's rumors that he might be facing Martin Bakole, who's tough, experienced, and brings a lot of power to the table. But promoter Frank Warren shut that down quickly, saying Bakole is too slow and not the right step for Moses Itauma's career right now. It's interesting because Moses Itauma is one of the youngest prospects with the biggest upside in boxing. He's got fast hands, a big personality, and he's selling tickets everywhere he goes. Frank Warren wants to build him up smart and not rush him into a war with Martin Bakole. Martin Bakole has been in there with top guys, and he can take Moses Itauma into a very deep fight. So who should Moses Itauma face instead of Martin Bakole? I think someone like Nathan Gorman would be perfect stylistically. A big name in the UK, decent experience, but beatable for Moses Itauma's development, since that's what Frank Warren is looking for. Who do you see as the right next opponent for Moses Itauma? Let's build this guy into the next British heavyweight superstar the right way. Speaking of heavyweights, let's look ahead of June 7th. Fabio Wardley takes on Justis Huni in England. Stylistically, to be a real tough fight for the both of these guys. Fabio Wardley got that home advantage. He's tough, he's powerful, great boxing ability, and he has the UK crowd energy behind him. But Huni, man, he's so slick for a heavyweight. Quick hands, good footwork, and he's been tested against top competition down under. This fight is going to be fireworks. Huni's boxing IQ versus Fabio Wardley's aggression. It's exactly what we want from the heavyweight division. Prediction, I'm rolling with Huni on points. But I wouldn't be surprised if Fabio Wardley lands that one big shot. Who are you picking in this one? Let me know in the comments below. Before we wrap this all up, let's run down a couple big fights that you need to watch out for over the next few months. First up, May 31st, Las Vegas, Prime Video, Caleb Plant returns to face Jose Armando Resendiz for the interim WBA super middleweight title. Jermall Charlo makes his long-awaited super middleweight debut against Thomas Cornflake Lamanna, and both are looking to make statements in this division. June 7th, in England, Fabio Wardley versus Justis Huni. I believe this fight is going to be real fireworks. Then we have June 7th in Norfolk, Virginia on ESPN+. Keyshawn Davis versus Edwin De Los Santos battle. Keyshawn Davis versus Edwin De Los Santos in a lightweight fight that is going to be something you never want to take your eyes off of. Junto Nakatani puts his bantamweight belt on the line against Takuma Nishida. Japan's next big champion is staying active. July 19th in London, Wembley Stadium. Heavyweight fight. Alexander Usyk defends his belt against Daniel Dubois. And don't forget, Moses Itauma's next fight in Wembley is going to be rocking. July 26th, New York City, ESPN. We have Xander Zayas, one of the best young talents in the sport today. He fights for a vacant WBO junior middleweight belt against Jorge Garcia Perez. September 13th, in Las Vegas, Nevada, the grand finale. Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Bud Crawford for the undisputed super middleweight championship. That'll be a fight for the ages. These cards are stacked, so if you're a boxing fan, you're feasting for the next few months. All right, fight fans, that's the latest and greatest from the boxing world. From Terence Bud Crawford chasing immortality to Teofimo Lopez's drama, Eubank Sr. stepping back into the ring, and Moses Itauma's rise in the heavyweight division. This sport never sleeps, and neither do we here at ZABoxingNation. Let me know in the comments, who are you picking for these upcoming fights? What's your take on Terence Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez's Payday gap? And does Teofimo Lopez come back from this drama, or is his star starting to fade? Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on an update. This is ZABoxingNation, where champions get analyzed and legends are made. And if you're new here, keep your hands up. I'll catch you in the next one.
Same. I said to him, I hope we put a good show September. No, not like this.